We made it happen.
Made it happen.
Made it
Oh my
happen.
gosh.
Finally, with the grace we got it work.
Woo, we got it.
Yay, high five.
Yes.
We didn't have to call your dad.
Right.
Like, woo! Finally.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was a Yay.
I'm like,
Okay.
yikes. Alrighty.
Should I put something like on your caption saying anything, or you think it'll just pop up on your time?
We're just gonna go with the flow. We're just gonna go with the flow of things. How are you today? Besides all this technical issue.
Right? I felt like an old person trying to. I'm like,
Never.
I was so confused. I'm on the computer. I felt like a real old person right now. Like, over here.
Goodness. I am fine. I am blessed and highly favored. Once again, I'm not going to complain because at the end of the day, I'm great. How are you doing?
Doing very well.
That's
really,
awesome.
really good.
And you're, everybody's safe, family, friends, all folks. That's
yes.
Great to hear. It's very great to hear. Yay! So let me position this. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. This is another awesome special day. Yay! We're dedicating this to a nice little preview, a nice like talk, chat, conversation with my awesome friend here, Brandi. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yay.
Finally, right? So, pretty much I would like to just take this time of, appreciating you for the day, having a nice little dedication moment to you, and happy birthday. Turn the 25. Yay. I don't think I was supposed to say your age, but yay. It's another year. It's another blessing. How do you feel? Now you're on this 25th chapter. How do you feel?
Honestly, really feel grown. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, I've always, like, dreamed of being 25. It was just, like, that age for me. Like, I just thought the number's cool. Just, like, it's, like, your mid-20s. Like, everything should be, like, by then. And, like, I just feel really great right now. So I can't complain.
Yeah, I can wait. I can wait.
I know, everyone's like, oh, you're getting old. I'm like, that's fine. Like, I have no problem with it. Like, okay.
So definitely this is an awesome time because the reasoning I chose you to pretty much interview, from like everybody knows on the audience of seeing my previous live videos, is that I've been teaching folks and showing folks there's multiple ways you can do art. It doesn't have to be just like huge materials or such. You can do any form and fashion of art of anything that you have in your home. And been taking the time of actually using you as one of my subjects. But I did ask, as like crazy at 3 a.m. to like actually have you as my model, and which I actually finished on your birthday. But we're gonna save that because I want you to answer some couple of questions that either I or even the audience can see. But you have a better view because you could probably see more of the comments than I can.
Okay.
They got a little bit more of an advantage to me. So if you do see a couple of questions and you want to pause and like answer those, that's cool with me. Okay. Alrighty. But I would love for you to give us an awesome, just tell me, who is Brandi? That's the number one question. Who is Brandi Pinnix? Like, nobody really truly knows. So who's Brandi?
I am a Franklin alumni. I graduated in 2013. Whoop whoop. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old, and I professionally wanted to dance when I was like in high school. So like my parents really started like putting more into me and like putting me into different dance schools and all that stuff to like amp up my training. And then that was like my dream. Like all through high school, I just wanted to become a professional dancer. So right now I am a dancer with Philadelphia. It's a Philadelphia dance company. And yeah, I think that's like really, honestly, dance is like just me. Like it's just like something that I love to do. And it's like I'm blessed that I'm able to do that as a career, like something that I love. to make money off of, and just it's a blessing, really.
Yeah.
So that's about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't say.
Yeah, no, no, bro. No, it's like, but like just the beauty and the art of dancing, it's very, very relatable instantly because it's just the movement of how, pretty much you really just move your whole entire like soul and spirit into that song. Like, how is that pretty much the impact? How did you see like a real true change from when you were younger and like today? And how dancing really actually impact your lifestyle. Like, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I think after I graduated from high school, instead of college, I ended up going to a dance training program
Mhm.
to become a professional one, and it was basically dancing from 9 to 5 every single
Wow.
day. So I went to San Francisco. So going from Jersey all the way to San Francisco by myself after high school was like insane as itself.
Mm.
But yeah, once I was in school and I saw the choreographer Alonzo King, he just brought in dance so much. Like before I just saw like ballet and I saw modern. I just
Yeah.
saw like I didn't really combine both of them together, and he did
Mhm.
that like for ballet, and just the movement of the body and just listening to the music more and just feeling it really deep down in my soul of like how it is to be an artist and just to really show people that you don't really have to talk or say anything, just move your body is just a cool way to communicate to the audience.
Yeah.
So that was like a turning point, definitely. And just being in Philadelphia was just black dance in itself, because Philadelphia is a black dance company, and just
Oh.
being a part of that history. We're celebrating the 50th anniversary this year,
Oh,
and
congrats.
really cool to be a part of something so legendary and something that this woman that created 50 years ago for to give us all an opportunity. And like now that it's 2020 and just seeing so many different black dance companies come together, or just
True.
more of us, like just having little girls look up to us and saying, oh, they can do the same thing, is really cool. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, look
You're
at you. You being evolutionary. Excuse me.
good.
That's wow. Excuse me. I didn't even know that. This is actually new to me because,
Okay.
like, from my understanding, I knew you was continuing in school, and I knew you was pretty much like improving and growing in that type of character. And I remember seeing you going to San Francisco to pretty much branch out and like really just try, everything out. And from outside looking at, I didn't know that you were really going through a lot of those like programs. That sounded like it was like a lot of trials and tribulations itself. Like, tell me a
Yeah.
little bit of that, like how you had to like commit. Like, how was that to really just commit to something this like huge?
Yeah, something that's just really hard, because the dance world is so big, and it's just like there's not that there's a lot of companies, but there's not that many companies. Like we're all fighting for like the same
Yeah,
job.
like it's a competition.
It's definitely a competition, but yeah, it was really hard being in school, because a lot of the girls or a lot of the guys that I was in the dance school with in San Francisco, they realized like this is too much, because like when you're living out there by yourself, you don't have any family, and it's like
Yeah,
dance 24/7. That's like what you got to do. It's like a lot on your body, a lot of mind games too.
yeah.
People started like saying this wasn't what they wanted to do. This wasn't what they
Mm-mm.
thought to do, because just having that rigorous schedule is just crazy. So I think God really knew like
Yep.
a gift for me. You know what I mean? So like as long as I had like him by my side, like it just really like pushed me to just keep going and just not giving up.
Yeah.
So
And I got it. I 100% can agree with you that it is God's plan. That was
yeah.
nothing but God's plan because if you truly really sit down and look at like how he pretty much prepared the path for you, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of I try to like teach folks simply like it's not about the situation. That situation when you drive a car, you can see pot and you know what Jersey is like. Potholes is like crazy, car
Mm-hmm.
accidents and all that stuff. That's just situational. but the true essence is that you still gonna get to home, you know. And then on top of that, you might move and find a whole new home. Whatever that God has in store for you is that's what's really truly important. And that's what I really like about, how you practically convey that through your art. Like when I've seen you, personally met you when I was a freshman and you
Mm-hmm.
was a senior year. So I didn't really have the full ambiance till like pretty much later until my year. And I was like, oh my gosh, yo, she's actually like dope. And then, but seeing, like I said, outside seeing in, it was just really like capturing to see how much ambition you had. And I was like, dude, I want to kind of like do that too. And I've always found that inspirational. I'm being 100%. This is like coming from my heart. Like, I've always found it inspirational how like you could face so many challenges and just make it look flawless at the end. And like, I want to know like what really inspires you. Like, it could be every day, it could be monthly. I don't know how you put it in your schedule, but what really inspires, or who even inspired you to continue this journey and this path of your career?
I would definitely say my dad definitely plays
Yeah.
a part.
Yeah. Shout out Mr. P.
I don't know if people that are watching this know, but he's a teacher at Franklin High School, and he teaches video. So that was his passion growing up. He always wanted to be behind the camera. He always wanted to be editing, doing all of that stuff. So he decided years later on that he wanted to teach it to the students. And just like looking at that and just seeing like how the students took all of what he gave, poured into them, and like how they went out and they did their own thing, and then they come back and just like they just like love on him and just say like their thanks and like thank you so much for putting me like getting me through the whole class and everything like that, because I found my dream, I found my passion,
That's right.
was really inspiring. And I was just like, you know what, like he turned something like so small, and I honestly, that inspired me to just keep going. I'm like, shoot, like I want to be able to do that. I want to be, you know, dance and like live out my dream as this, but then later on, like give back and like teach
That,
other young people that they can do the same thing. So
yeah.
yeah.
And I think that's a number one thing your dad definitely, because, I'm one of his students. And but I noticed that he really did instill that in us, in class, not just having this craft and building off of it and growing, just making success, but also he taught us that success is also passing along that skill that you have, that talent that you have, that pretty much that gift, like passing on that knowledge, which is really just like enlightening, because look at it, like where I wouldn't be doing this now because of the fact like Mr. Pinnix instilled, that part of me to be like, challenge myself, because like I
Right.
told you personally, for me, you know, I'm on a different path. I'm doing more so of my artist industry. I did start off in community college, going to study in film, and I'm just taking a break right now because financially I ain't going to even get there. But but I still did not let that be an excuse. And that's what I really like about how Mr. Penix, pretty much influenced us all, is that there's no excuses to your art.
Yeah.
And I amazing that we're like, I'm 22, you're 25, and we're still saying it as if we were like back in high school, that make no excuses, you just keep going,
Yeah.
and I'm very happy to hear that your dad was your like big inspiration to your dancing. And then this brings me to the next question, like, how do you use dancing as a way to changing the world, not just giving back, but when you create or working along with others of doing dance moves, or even just your solo, how, like, what is the true essence and the message that you want to convey to change um the people around here?
People just like get them to think. And honestly, for me, when I'm like creating a dance, I definitely go to the music first. That's
Mhm.
what inspires me to like want to do like an improv, or just to put that improv out there and for everyone to see it and see the reactions and see how they feel when they're watching it. So the music plays a big part of
Uh,
like of what I do. when I'm dancing, and just trying to think. Um, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah,
You're fine.
like yeah, that's really about it. Like
Mhm. Like, what type of music do you really like go for? Is it like, do you look or pay attention to more so the lyric, or do you pay attention
yeah,
more so of the beat? Like, what's really
a little bit of both for sure. Definitely like the lyrics because I'm definitely that person that will like I want to portray my movement with what they're saying. So yeah, that's a big part of it. And just I'm really like a mellow type of like vibey person. I really
yeah?
like indulge into the song. So like I really love like the slow songs for sure. The love. So yeah, that's
And then, like, what's that process like usually, like, on an average of making the choreography and such? Like, what's like, how long does it really take you? Like, can you just instantly, just in the moment?
on. Yeah, I just go into a studio and I just improv. Like I literally will like turn the light off and then I'll just like play the music and I will just dance. And then if I feel something I like something that I did, I'll kind of like keep repeating it and like building off of that. But sometimes I just like prop up the video and I just see like, okay, let's see what's gonna move me today and just
True.
no actions, no nothing and just yeah, vibe out to it and see. And then if I like it, I'm like, all right, let me post this and see way.
And that's what I tell people too. It's no different from when I'm doing art pieces. Like, if I see someone I can really like relate to in
Mhm.
any form of my life, regardless if it's my own career or my family or friends, or I use my style as a way of having people see themselves in that person. So, and I never told you too, like, the type of technique that I use. It's called stippling. And pretty much what I do is use pins, markers. I mean, it could be any type of sort, but it has to be a dot form. So what I
Mm,
do is I constantly doing this in every single section of the face, you name it. It depends on what is I'm seeing. I have to put it in dot form. And the reasoning I use dots, it's a symbolization to folks, to see that they are just as pretty much no different from like anybody else. But I
right.
also want them to have that moment too, to be like, how do I actually connect to this person to a level and such? Because even like right now doing this interview, somebody can be like, well, I can relate to that. I've been struggling and don't want to do a 9 to 5 here and there. Sometimes I want to have my moments to give up, but I just want to keep going. And then when they see this, they're gonna like look at the piece even more differently, be having like a moment. And do
Mm,
you feel like you do that at times with your dance moments too, like when you hear
like
a certain thing?
yeah, and like it just comes together. Definitely like when a choreographer comes in and like says something or like does a movement and it's like I do get that aha like
Yeah.
okay. Like
Like,
I all makes sense. Like why we're doing this, why we're artists, why we're like putting all of our
mhm.
feelings for people to see it. Not even for people to judge it, just to share, like just to really you know what I mean? Just to like get opinions and just to get a conversation started. You know what I mean? Because people can see a dance in different ways. Like you know what I mean? Like they can have like an opinion or like think of a dance like one way and then like another person can have like a whole different feeling about something else when
That's
they
true.
watch. So it really brings out a lot of conversations and yeah, that's like a big like aha moment for
Yeah.
me.
What was one of your favorite like pretty much moment, or like it could be a performance or such? What was really like your biggest highlight that you pretty much learned from, you know?
Yeah. I would say like this past March we were touring in Europe and our last performance was in
Oh.
Switzerland. Yeah. um so since that was like our last performance, I ended up doing
Hmm.
a piece that okay, so backstory. Last year I got injured. I broke my foot doing this piece
Oh.
called and I was out of like the premiere of the spring season, so I couldn't dance. So like this following year, like came full circle, like I got better, I'm healed and everything, and they put me back in that piece.
Oh,
so
goodness.
at first I was a little hesitant because like that was the piece that like I broke my foot in, and I was just like, I don't know if I would do it, you know what I mean? Like I was like kind of scared, but then just performing in a different country and just it was different. Like something like God, I don't know, he was like in me and was just like, don't be scared, be the confident woman that you are. And literally I performed that piece like it was nothing, and it was a different feeling because it was the last time we were performing. We realized that was the last time we were going to perform before this pandemic really happened, before everything started shutting. So, and just when I came off that stage, I was just like, wow, like I came a long way, like not even like from the injury, but just in life. Like I really believed in myself. Like I really felt the confidence in me, and I felt like I really made it. Like I really made my dream come true. And that was just like a blessing right there. To like feel that moment. So yeah.
I'm like trying not to tear up or get emotional and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I can just relate to that in so many different levels because ideally my plan was, and that's the problem, my plan, not God's plan, but plan was, oh, I was going to continue school because I got accepted to this huge, like, school program, which was Fairleigh Dickinson University. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I went to the whole, you name it. I did the whole orientation. I was like, a whole pride. I had the schoolwear, everything. And I was excited because, this was going to be a huge, complete difference. And then all of a sudden, I get in a bill of $16,000. I'm like, whoa, wait, what? And everything shut from there. And I couldn't go to the other school that I did have in mind, William Patterson. They took their scholarship away because I missed the deadline. But I felt like, oh crap, I'm at the lowest of the low. I don't know if it's like you start feeling that deterioration. Like that's the real true reality. And where I relate to you on that level is like, do I go back? Do I continue? Do I like what do I really do after? But I felt it was more so like God's way of saying find a different way. So for you it was like God's way of saying it was like keep on going. I told you. I gave you the answer. I didn't make you lose nothing.
No.
God, if you really think about it, God has a sense of humor. Because we're gonna look back at this 5, 10, or whatever years later, and we're gonna be like, God was right. I'm actually happy that I just keep going. I just continue. And because like when you look back, you appreciate it even more. And do you like? I wonder, do you agree that your mistakes, your failures, just all of these things actually created you to become the dancer that you are?
It did, for sure. Like I've learned so much about me this past year that I can't even imagine. Like I'm in a good place right now. Like I'm glad that I was able to like fight back and like become stronger from that, because I was at my lowest at that point. I was just... Okay, you're good. Okay, someone was calling me. Um, so I was just saying that I was at my lowest last year, and I just couldn't believe this whole year. It was like infestation, like something like out of me where it was just like I needed that to happen for me to become who I am today. So yeah.
I do want to take the time, like, check up on our comment. I believe it was like a few folks that had a couple of questions.
Yeah, someone said, do you think you would ever teach dance later in life? Definitely, for sure. I definitely want to start teaching now. I just haven't had the chance to with like my schedule, but I want to start teaching young girls, like little girls, like maybe like 3 or like that's when I started dance. And then when I was in high school, I was like teaching as well. I was teaching middle schoolers.
That's right.
So, yeah. So I definitely would want to do that after. I'm like stopped professionally dancing for sure. And
Yeah.
then I think the person had a question. They said, remember it. Oh, recommend dance schools for
Yeah.
KK.
Yeah, that's my cousin. He's like asking, like, do you recommend any programs for, since there are younger girls or even younger boys too?
Yeah,
What's like good like programs locally? Because
yeah.
majority of folks that are watching are from Jersey, but even still, people will go far for their child too. So, what would you recommend, like program wise for the younger kids?
Right. So I trained at Princeton Ballet School from like
Yeah,
18. So that was that's a great school for ballet for sure. I did go to Alvin Ailey, their
yeah.
scholarship program for years. That's a really good school, the Ailey School. I went to their summer program too when I was in, what else?
Did you have to like audition for um the position as well too?
For Princeton Ballet School, I didn't have to audition. It was just more of like a placement class. They would just like see exactly where you at, and then like and dance, and then just put you in the level. And then for Ailey, the Ailey School, I think there is an audition process for the younger people. I'm not exactly sure, but I know for like high schoolers, if you want to be in like the scholarship or certificate program after high school, yeah, you have to audition for it. And I'm trying to think if there's right, Franklin High School has a great dance dance program, which doesn't cost any
Not gonna
money,
lie, they the
and
best.
I great.
Gang, gang, can't go wrong. Uh, but I'm also, I think there's other programs too.
In Jersey, right? Like dance schools.
Yeah,
I know there's Inspira. I know there's
yeah, I was about to say that one. Inspired.
BAM School of the Arts. It's a good one. That's one I taught at when I was in high school. Because that's a little bit of everything. It's dance, music,
Mm-hmm.
and acting, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
and you did AXO too, by the way, too.
Acting, yep.
I did AXO, if you remember, from my junior year and senior year. But when did you start it?
I started AXO my sophomore year, so
Okay,
sophomore and senior, yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
wow.
So
And then,
I,
like, how would, like, yeah, for folks that don't know what AXO is also NAACP program. Let's challenge ourselves. I totally forgot the acronym.
I got a computer right here.
I know it was Afrocentric
Oh, we used to be tested on this beat all the
all the
time.
time, and I feel bad.
National Association of the Advancement of Colored People. What is the like? There was like I feel like there was like layers to it too
Yeah,
for
it
some
was
reason.
something like with it was it art, science, something.
Right, right, all
I know
that.
it had that. I know it had that. We let them down.
Only dance.
But it was a great program that helped our career. But however, we sadly let them down by not knowing the acronym. I feel so bad. No, but I feel like that really also enhanced both of our skills too.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for you too, because it got you connected with a couple of other dancers as well too. Way before you even got out of high school. Like,
Yeah.
tell me a little bit more. Because mine's is a little bit different, but tell me a little bit more. Like what like yeah, did you place and such, and how did you feel of connecting with others too, because it was a great, seriously great network system too.
Yeah, definitely. So I did place, I think sophomore year I got bronze. So I always like went up. So like sophomore year I got bronze,
Yeah.
senior year I got silver, and then my senior year I finally got gold to go to nationals. When I was at nationals, that's when definitely I saw a lot of dancers that I have seen like at summer programs for sure, like prior to AXO. So that was cool, like developing that relationship with them. And then what's the weird part is like I've been at a school for so long now, but my my video on the AXO page is like still up, like when they did like an interview for me. So
Really?
yeah, so like when I'm at Philadelphia, some of the like the young students like in high school, they're like, "Oh my gosh, like I saw your video on the AXO page. I'm doing AXO this year," and it's just like cool to like, wow, okay, like
Yeah.
that's like at first I'm like, all right, I know it's everywhere, in
Mm-hmm.
this country, but we're just so like tied into New Jersey, like you don't really think about like
Right.
Pennsylvania, all the other states for
Yeah.
sure. See that it's like, oh wow, like that's really dope. So yeah, I don't know for you, how did that?
That was such an interesting ride because my junior year, I did that comedy, and you remember that one too because you saw a little bit yourself. I did that crazy wild ride of a whole like talent show film. If anybody wants to watch, I will definitely post it. Such an embarrassing face, but
Oh.
it was it was my beginning. Let's say that because I did a cool like comedy show of being all these different wild crazy characters. And
Hmm.
the number one favorite from the high school you remember was Jaquana. Everybody went insane about Jaquana. And I was basically showing like the whole message of the video was it was not just like having like being funny, but just to be yourself and just like have a great time being yourself. And I played Silver because Greg beat me, darn, and he did the same thing too. He stole it from me again my senior year, darn. Nah, I'm messing with him, but I love that guy. I love him, but it was such an awesome time for me because I got to really network with other and still actually still talk to a couple of the folks too with their careers of art, not just filming, but photography, illustration, I mean, animation too. I got to still stay in contact with some of those folks and them moved in their own, practically their own path too. But it's just like how you said, it's funny. You think when you stay in Jersey, it just stays in that net. But all of a sudden, when you start speaking about it, other folks been like, "Oh, I did that too, girl." Blah blah blah. Because I went to one time I was going to Pelican University to present for Black History Month this year. A couple of my art pieces. Forgive me, Lord have mercy. But one of the ladies, she was like, "You look familiar." I was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Did you do AXO?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I competed against you." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Had
Oh,
a whole like whole memory lane going on, and
yeah.
I personally definitely suggest doing AXO. I wish that they had middle schoolers involved into that program too, because that could really definitely change the whole perspective of and the expectation from a high schooler too. You really think about it, but those years, Lord have mercy. But like then this brings, I think, did anybody else have any other questions? Please put some more up, down below. But yeah, um, do you truly feel that because of your parents putting you in any sort of like programs, just practically investing into your program made you the person that you are today? Like just built that discipline to you. Do you feel,
Yeah.
because I know like they were, I know enough like your parents wasn't like tough or such, but they wanted, practically they invested in any form and fashion of creativity that you had in mind. Like
Yeah.
how was that like growing up with your parents, of the type of, especially like, yeah, your dad especially, like how was it really growing up with your parents really trying to influence to have ambition into your livelihood? And
Yeah, they said they were like tough on me and like, you got to do this. You're not doing this turn. Like, like my mom was not one of those like dance moms at all. They literally just saw, they literally just saw like how much I loved it and like how much I wanted to go to the studio and practice. Like I was practicing like crazy. Like sometimes the only day I had off was like a Friday, and then on my weekends I would be there for like 8 hours, like
Hmm.
practicing. And they saw how invested I was into it, that they were like, oh wow, like this is really what she wants to do. So
Mhm.
they made sacrifices and they poured everything they wanted me to, you know, become the dancer that I am today. So they poured everything into me. But it was really, honestly, I think they saw how much I loved it, where they were like, okay, since my girl loves this so much, I'm gonna make sure she does what she has to do. But yeah, that was like they weren't crazy. They were.
I'm glad to bring that out. So if
Yeah.
anybody wants to do anything, it's not all stories of folks who do dancing. They don't have harsh parents. Like these reality shows like show like these really crazy harsh parents like going crazy and bonkers on those kids. And it's like that's not every person. And I want to thank you to take that stereotype out.
They were just they just wanted my dad just was so
Your
proud of me.
dad is proud, yeah. I feel proud. And I think one person had a question. Oh yeah, do you do mostly classical or urban? Like, what is predominantly the genre you choose to?
Honestly, Philadelphia does everything. We do classical, we do modern, we do hip hop, we do um contemporary. Like we do everything. Like that's why I love this company so much, because it's just like we have to be that flexible to just like go into any type of style of dance.
Wow.
So
And
yeah.
how many like currently how many like dancers do you guys have, and like how is it like really assigned like?
So we have a lot of pieces in our rep.
Uh-huh.
Um, this year, like for our spring show, we were going to be doing like 4 new premieres, which was going to be crazy.
Ooh.
But it's our 50th anniversary, so we had to like do
Yeah,
it
you
big.
do.
Um, but yeah, like usually like when we're performing, like when we go on tour, we do at least like 4 pieces. And it's all different. It depends on like what the people that are bringing us out there, what they want to see, you know what I mean? So, and like we just like switch it up. But yeah, that's how it works. And then it's like an audition too, like when we're in the studio, like when a new choreographer comes in, like it's like brand new faces sometimes, or it's like people that they already know that they worked with. So like I only been in the company for years, so some of the choreographers don't know me as well as somebody that's been in the company for like 10 years. So, you know, it's like you never know. Like it's an audition too. Like they're trying to see like, okay, does this dancer have it, or does this one have it? Like because they're not going to use everybody in a piece sometimes. Like sometimes they're going to like use like 6 dancers or like 10 dancers. You know what I mean? So it's like an audition process, like, and it's like though we're a family and like we work together, like we also, you know, we got to keep building up so we can build everybody up at the same time. So yeah.
Because it's like at the end of the day, like that's what really truly matters for the project. They're gonna pretty much look in the view of the fittest in a sense. Not like it's not, but I noticed how you like pretty much express it. At the end of the day, we are still family. One succeed, we all succeed, and
Mm-hmm.
what I really like so far what you're expressing about how that pretty much the company works is that we're all going for that same goal, is to continue the evolution of dance. And do you feel
Right.
like now that the program practically got to this level, do you see a huge difference from your knowledge of the history of this place till today?
Yeah, definitely. Just it's the dance world in itself has changed so much. You know what I mean?
I mean, people
Yeah,
do TikTok dances, and I can
right.
get there, you
But a lot of people are like appreciating this art form. Like they're really taking the time to get to know it more, I feel like. And it's like dance is now like broadened. Like it's more on TV. Like people see, you know what I mean? Like, different styles of dance. They don't just see like the hip hop or the
know?
ballet. Like, oh wow, there's like you could put those two things together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So the fact that like we put all the arts, like everything together, like we do the music, the dance, the video, like everything
yeah,
is all at once. So I feel like that's like a big impact
yeah,
in general, that we're all coming together and like, you know what I mean, like making like a big masterpiece.
yeah. That's true because I've noticed dance also has a huge influence on the social, like pretty much just the social world. Because like if you notice, like right now with the whole
Yeah.
COVID-19 thing going on, like people are creating a dance move, and then people take that and then they do it to, like, you know, in their own world too. I saw you have your little moment, like dancing with your parents too. I know that's right. Get that group going. But like, I like how it can get people like just to move, just to feel better. And you, like, you don't, some people don't even realize, like, just getting your body up and just having your body jam to some music, or even seeing somebody else, can make someone feel calmer. Do you feel
Yeah.
like, as you like practice too, that that has been making you feel calmer during this whole, you know, situation and stuff? Hope
Definitely.
ass.
Just because like we're all home and like that's like we don't really know what to do with ourselves. Like our schedules are like all out of whack, like everybody. So just being able to like go on Instagram and just see, oh, someone's teaching a live class at this time.
Yeah.
And that maybe I wouldn't have the opportunity to take that class when I was like actually working. So it's like now I have like different styles that I can do. I can practice. I can take some dance classes from choreographers that I always wanted to take from, but you know what I mean? Like now it's like right here on my phone. So it's like easy access. And it's like the perfect timing because
Yeah.
you need a little bit of space to just move low key.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need. You just need some space, comfortable clothes on, and just move. And like no one's watching you because you're in the comfort of your own home. So you, with any judgment, like feel confident in yourself and just do it.
Yeah.
So
And I like, you know, going right back to when you were saying too, like how you want to influence, you know, the younger children. Because I do have like one of the questions from my uncle. Yes, I corrected myself, Uncle Man. One of the questions he would like for you to mind to like speak to my cousin a little bit, Kayla. She likes to do her own creativity too. She likes to dance too. She does singing. She does a lot of creative things herself too. And she's
okay.
huge crazy bumblebee, and I'll tell her that she's my little sugar bud. You know, and you know, like girls like her and other young girls, like, what is your true message you would like to say to them, not just with dancing but just anything that they do in their livelihood? What is a message you would like to tell, you know, young girls, if you could just talk to them like right here face to face, or even say to your younger self, you,
Right.
what would you say to that young girl so she can be inspired to do what she needs to do, not just with dancing or film or even art, or even if it's science, it don't matter. What would you say to that young girl or your younger self?
Yeah, my younger self. Honestly, I just I just posted something about that, like what I would say to my younger self. And like I think the biggest thing that I would tell myself would be um dream big. Like
Mm,
there's nothing in this world that's not that big for you to dream of. You know what I mean? Like just keep dreaming so you can like have your fullest potential of just making it happen. um, I would also say to trust the timing of things, like
mm,
not everything to happen all at once. You definitely just have to listen to yourself, listen to your body, listen to God, and just really like um, bring that into you and just do it because there's nothing that you can't do. Don't let anybody say no to you at all because that should fuel you. That should make you more like want to do it more because someone is like saying no or looking at you differently. Like don't listen to them. You just have to believe in yourself. So
mm. See, now all them young girls now, you better listen to that, because Miss Brandy just said that now. I, I hope you listen. That's probably what your parents is doing right now with this video. I hope you're listening to this girl now. Watch, my mom's gonna be like, "Did you hear her now? Did you hear her?" I'm gonna be like, "Mom, I was the one doing the interview." You know, I think that's what's really. You said it better than I could. I mean, that's the whole essence of life. Life is practically just learning that you're not alone in this process. You're no different from anybody. You practically just can't give up.
hmm
And I'm so honored. I don't know if anybody else have any other questions or such, but oh, see, mine, see, everybody
No,
saying that she absolutely said it right. See, there you go, 100%. See, you said it confirms. Yes, happy birthday. It was also Miss Brandy's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday. Yay. Pew, pew, pew. I personally just want to say to you that that's why I'm so honored that I chose you to do this piece. Once again, for me, it was just a real, true, like emotional, like everything. I get very, every piece that I do is full of my love, of heart. It's 100% made with everything, an inch of my spirit. Yeah, I know, Ma. I'm going to show her, Ma. Like, you see this, right?
I really want to see this because the
Yeah,
funny part, when I took those pictures, like I was just really okay. Backstory of why I took the picture that you anyway.
yeah.
So you're watching a lot of TV, binge watching stuff. So I decided I was gonna, binge watch America's Next Top Model. So
Oh my
I got like inspired to like actually do my hair one day and do my makeup, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be feeling myself and just take.
gosh.
So like when I posted that picture and you're like, oh, can I like draw this? I was like, go right ahead. Like I
Well,
don't. Yeah.
worked in God's favor. So, okay, the audience is saying, let's show the drawing. Show the drawing. I know, show the drawing. Alrighty, so once again, thank you so much. I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I truly, truly appreciate it. And I'm just gonna get to the point because everybody's just telling me I'm stalling right now.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. Oh, that is so nice. Dejanay, that is beautiful.
I got a little bit of racer marks, but I'm cleaning it. Like I said, I'm still. Your
Oh my
face, your
gosh.
face is so
Wow.
priceless.
Oh.
Yeah, so every single inch of you is made from dots. Every single
Respect.
craft. I use a mixture of color pencils,
Mhm.
a mixture of red and different types of pens. I mean, as you see, I still have it here. And I also use whiteout as well to create the depths and the details of the spacing and practically the highlights of even your eyes and stuff. Um, I told you I just give my all. And you gave me a challenge though. You really did. But I'm so thankful I got to do it. And then look, you got a cute, awesome
Oh,
autograph. You got that special type. You feel me?
beautiful. Yes.
So
Not wait to have this photo. I'm hanging it up for sure. Like right. I love the color of like the earrings and the lip. Like that is
yeah,
so cool.
yeah,
And what you put in hair, like I love that.
yeah. I was like, cause like the original piece, I know I have a picture of it.
Yeah, side by side.
Yeah,
Literally.
show you side by side. Let me go into my. Actually, yep, I'm right here. I got you. I gotta show you real quick on my Instagram page, just real quick, to show a nice side by side. There we go, and I should be able to. There we go. Yeah. So like, so like you see, just a nice side by side of
Yo,
what I
that
kind of created.
thing.
Like,
And the hair too. Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
I kind of like went a little bit more zoomed up than what the original photo had, but it worked
It's,
out to plan.
yeah, beautiful. I love it.
Oh
Please,
yeah,
like,
you can follow her Instagram. She posts Brandi Pinnix. I gotta like give you a nice shout out. That's her name, Brandi Pinnix on Instagram. Yeah, gang gang. So
yeah,
definitely is. Did I show enough? Did everybody see it? Yep, everybody's saying amazing. Aw, well, thank
mm-hmm.
you.
Yeah, like, can you please send that to me? I need to post that. Like,
100% am like I feel famous for even doing it. Like,
like, wow. What?
come on, everybody get a picture of me. Come on, we gotta
Hey,
get some pictures.
ready? One.
But yeah, thank you again. I truly, truly appreciated this experience. Once again, happy biggest birthday. I hope I made the biggest, best gift for you. I truly appreciate everything that you do. Definitely send my love to mom at Mama Pinnix and Dada Pinnix. And I
But
truly, truly appreciated the time. You have anything you want to say too?
honestly, thank you for like doing this right here. Like I've never done like a live at all. So like, and
Me.
I don't like talking in front of people. So like, I was like really nervous. I was like, I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth. Like my thoughts just be like all over the place. But thank you for the opportunity to just come on here and just just share a little bit about my life and just painting that picture of me, like drawing that picture of me was just
Yeah.
everything. So thank you so much.
Oh,
It's
you're
beautiful.
welcome. Oh, you
Like
just
you're
made
so
me
talented.
feel.
I have to say, like you are really like you are dope. Like you are so talented. Like I didn't know you drew like that. When I went on your page, I was like, you want to draw a picture of me? Like what you
Yeah.
did that drawing? I was like, oh snap! Like she is like she is that girl. Like and like that thing and just do it type of thing. And
Yeah.
I love that.
I told you.
I love
And
it. Thank
and the process of the whole piece, everybody in life that been watching my live and the whole nine of me, just from the beginning of the work, from the outline all the way to now, I like was just on the whole focus and go. And it took me 2 weeks. So definitely I'm so happy and I can't wait for to give it to you. So thank you guys 100%. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Brandi, for sharing this awesome time. And
you.
definitely continue to stay blessed, stay safe. I'll continue to pray for you and everybody along. Once again, you guys, we are not alone. We are all in this together. We're going to go through it gracefully. Continue to use your art in any form. As you can see, use it in any form and stay blessed. Once again, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
All
guys.
right.
Bye.
Bye.